He's calm, he's collected, he plays the banjo alone in a swamp and somehow runs a full-on variety show with talking vegetables, daredevil pigs, and a bear who thinks puns are comedy. But behind the quiet voice and iconic green face, there's a reason Kermit's catchphrase is literally, "It's not easy being green." Because let's be real, Kermit the Frog is holding the entire Muppet universe together with barely repressed anxiety and emotional duct tape. From workplace chaos to a romantic partner who could crush him with one hoof, here's why it absolutely sucks to be Kermit the Frog. Let's start with the biggest burden on his tiny amphibian shoulders. He has to manage everyone. Kermit isn't just the frontman, he's the producer, director, stage manager, emotional support frog, and crisis response team all in one. And the rest of the Muppets? A nightmare circus. Animal is literally unmedicated chaos. Gonzo puts himself in a cannon every 10 minutes. Fozzie's jokes are legally classified as psychological torture. And Miss Piggy, well, we'll get to her. Every single show is on the verge of collapse, and Kermit's the one pulling wires behind the scenes, begging people to stay focused while Beaker sets something on fire in the background. He's not just running a theater, he's surviving a war zone in real time with jazz music and puppets. Imagine showing up to work every day and nothing is prepared. The talent is missing, the script is blank, someone glued fireworks to the lightning rig, and the audience is already here. That's every Muppet Show episode. Kermit's job isn't directing a show, it's preventing a collapse. The entire performance is held together by panic, improvisation, and his exhausted voice yelling, "Places, everyone," as a talking shrimp tries to unionize in the background. The show goes on, but only because Kermit forces it to. Every week, for years, with no pay raise, no vacation, and definitely no therapy. Okay, let's talk about Miss Piggy. She's iconic, she's stylish, she's a lot. She also has a long history of verbally, emotionally, and occasionally physically steamrolling Kermit into whatever she wants. Their relationship is a confusing mess of on-again, off-again drama, passive-aggressive interviews, and one-sided declarations of marriage. At any given moment, you have no idea if they're dating, divorced, or just co-parenting a shared sense of dread. And the weirdest part? Kermit never stands up for himself. He just gets bulldozed. Lovingly. It's the most confusing will they, won't they in media history, because no one really asks for a frog-pig power couple that runs on gaslighting and glitter. Kermit's a household name, but fame doesn't solve his problems. If anything, it makes them worse. Every reboot, he has to start all over. New studio, new chaos, same emotional labor. Every new Muppet project, he has to wrangle the gang like it's a Muppet endgame, and the second anything goes wrong, it's his fault. He doesn't get the fame benefits, no mansion, no spa days, no Kermit gets a break plotline. He gets the pressure, the press interviews, the late night stress banjo playing. Fame just means more people expecting him to hold it together. He's the face of the Muppets, but that also means that he's the sponge that soaks up all their chaos. And here's a question, has Kermit ever snapped? He gets close, you can hear it in his voice. The slight crack when Gonzo sets the stage on fire again. The tight smile when Fozzie tells his 300th fruit pun. The full body sigh when Piggy kicks down the door screaming, "Hi-ya!" But he never actually loses it. Because he can't. He's the nice one, the responsible one, the one who stays calm while everything burns. Kermit is not allowed to be anything but kind, diplomatic, and tired, which means his inner world is probably just screaming. Let's rewind for a second. Kermit didn't want all of this. He started out in a swamp, alone, playing banjo, minding his business. And then what happened? A talking bear showed up, then a pig, then a chicken, then a whole bus full of chaos creatures that decided Kermit is now your leader. And somehow, he said yes. He traded peace for pressure, solitude for showbiz. He became the reluctant dad of a found family sitcom that never goes off air. The truth is, Kermit could have stayed in the swamp. He could have said no, but he didn't. And now, he's stuck being the emotional backbone of a group that doesn't even realize they're crushing him. So yeah, Kermit the Frog is beloved. He's wise. He's a symbol of calm in a sea of chaos. But behind that tiny green smile is a deeply exhausted soul who never gets a break, never gets a straight answer, and never gets to scream into a pillow. He's underpaid, overworked, romantically overwhelmed, and still somehow responsible for a performance involving live chickens, fire-eating clowns, and Gonzo's latest stunt. It's not easy being green, but it's way harder being Kermit. Got another childhood icon you think might be suffering behind the scenes? Drop their names in the comment and hit subscribe before Kermit has to stage manage another disaster with nothing but hope and a clipboard.